Yeah. And for me, I mean, like the program itself isn't about the money. Like I have the consulting business. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I need to like launch a program every month to like make money from it. Like
Yeah.
that's not the intention at all. It's my intention is just getting the right people in it and then delivering results and providing the tools that are going to help people a lot. So the financial, like the price tag attached to it, is just to really hold people accountable. When people pay for something, they pay attention, and
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to make it crazy expensive. You could go find a life coach and pay $2,000 or $3,000 a month or whatever that is, but I just don't feel right charging that, because although you are going to see a return from it, um, I just want to make it accessible, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like I think about that stuff often too about um I have a few little like challenges and courses that I haven't even really pushed that much. But I actually at the beginning of COVID last year, I was doing some like kind of habits, productivity stuff, and I was just doing it for free. I'm like, I just want to like give this stuff away because people were asking for it. They're like, man, you're always doing this stuff. Like, how do you do it? Like, what are your habits like? So I was sharing it, but I find, yeah, like people will pay attention if they pay. Giving stuff away for free, it's like, I mean, how many times I think people also devalue stuff that's free. They go, oh, well, it's probably not that useful if they're just giving it away. Um, and it's funny because you could probably give your program away and get like a way less engaged group and people who aren't really willing to put the work in, and you could sell it for $4,000 and people will still pay and they'll get more out of it just because they paid $4,000.
Exactly. Yeah. When people pay, like I said, when people pay for something, they pay attention. But I do think there's value in giving some things away for free, especially if they feed into like a product or service that you can actually sell later on. But I
Oh, for
think in
sure.
terms of the free shit, I think there's a lot of garbage out there.
Hmm.
And there is a lot of good stuff too that is free, and then that people don't actually take advantage of once they get it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I wonder how much of that's like just in the mind of them going like, "Yeah, it's free, it probably useless," kind of deal.
Yeah. Well, how many Facebook ads have they've seen? They exchange their
Yeah,
emails, and then their inbox is just plowed with PDFs and bullshit that nobody uses.
yeah, exactly. No, for sure. I mean, that's like the basic ad strategy now. Just give them some free shit or $1 crap. So,
Yep. There's
yeah.
like I said, there's a lot of shit out
Oh yeah. Yeah. Um, and moving forward with this, you do one-on-one coaching through it too?
there. I don't right now.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I will in the future either. I really like the group stuff, and I
Mm-hmm.
like that similar structure. I probably could do the one-on-one stuff, but with that, I want to be able to provide like a higher level of support, and just with all the consulting stuff that I have on right now, and with the plans I have to create the program, I just don't have the time available to
Mm-hmm.
have that one-on-one service the way that I would want to do it if I were to offer it.
Right. And then the other service that you're going to be creating, it's a digital product version of this.
Yep, yep. So I'll just be basically packaging up the Head to Heart program and then making it a little bit more accessible so people can do it at their own pace. They'll still
Mm-hmm.
have all the resources and all of that stuff, but they just won't have, the live calls and me there to support them through it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it'll be at a much accessible, more accessible price point. And then, to your point with the ads, that's how I that's how I built the handbag brand. So I'll be able to leverage, um, that skill set to get people into it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be a product that I believe in. Really.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Um, I actually have a guy that I've done like a ton of trainings from, um, he is basically like an info product guy, builds a lot of cool shit, and I've done a lot of his stuff, but it's based around like email marketing.
Mhm.
But he will take a lot of his programs like what you're doing with this where you have the group calls and stuff, and he'll record all the calls and like make sure everyone in the group's okay with it, but then he
Mhm.
would sell like those group calls, the recorded ones, would be in your digital product, so they would like get to listen to the
Mhm.
calls. They just don't get to be on there asking the questions for themselves. So he actually will like say that's like a 3 day he'll do like a workshop or something like that, or he'll do like a 1 month thing like you're doing. He'll do all the calls and it'll be like 2 or 3 grand. And then at
Mhm.
the end of it, he'll go, okay, well, if I'll sell this program now, like you're not going to get the same of value, but he'll sell it for like half price or 25% of the price
Mhm.
as a product where people can just listen and take from it whatever they can. And I've done both of his. Like I've been on the live ones, and then I've done the ones that he's sold, like the recordings of like workshops and trainings he's done. And like it's still valuable. Like you obviously get different stuff, but I still think it's worth both. Like I think it's cool to be able to watch the recordings even if you're not there. And I think it also gives like sometimes people might be nervous, right? To be like, okay, well, like what's it like, or who, what do I have to say, who's going to be in it, or maybe they don't know and they're kind of scared to spend the money. And it's like they can buy that and see exactly what it's like. And I think a
Mhm.
lot of times people will buy the recording and then they'll be like, oh man, like I actually would love to be a part of this. And then they'll buy the full version and get to like fully engage.
100%. I think that's awesome. I think with my program, the way it runs right now, it probably wouldn't be ideal to do that just because there's a lot of it's very interactive. Like it's not like I'm just teaching a lesson and
Yeah.
everyone in the chat. It's like no, people are like sharing their answers and like sometimes people talk for 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if like we're sharing the recordings would be good, but basically what I'm going to be looking to do is take it and then package it up into like 2 or 3 minute videos, like little short digestible chunks,
Yeah.
and then packaging it up in Kajabi or Teachable,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and sharing it that way. But to your point, like I think there is a lot of value in having people speak up in it because a lot of the time, somebody sharing their opinion or their answer will spark an idea or conversations in someone else that otherwise wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's making me think like maybe there's some other sort of support that I can offer where people can still share their answers and opinions, whether it's like a Facebook group or a live call or whatever that is.
Yeah, that'd be sweet too. You could even just do that as like an add-on. Could be like an extra live call, or
Mhm.
I think the group access stuff is good too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds awesome. Create a
Yeah.
little community.